everybody. I am Leilani. I am back. It's been a minute since I've done my podcast, Leilani's Couch, 10 Minutes of Motivation. The podcast is mainly about motivating others while motivating myself, because life can be hard and we all need some form of motivation. And I like to read books, but this is my first, the books, I like to tap into books and then some kind of way apply it to my life and how I learned from some of the strategies in the books and then discuss it on the podcast. But today we're kind of just freestyling it. we don't have a book that we're going to talk about today, but I have a special guest. This is my first special guest on the podcast, Miss Kello. I'm gonna let her introduce herself and let her tell you her full production brand and name and everything that she has going on. So Kello, tell them who you are, your name, and what you have going on.
I'm Kello with the Jello. Hello. I'm a media personality, actress. I dibble and dabble a lot, but now that you say we have a book to talk about, well, actually,
you got a book.
So I'm gonna release my second ebook probably within the next 2 weeks. So
what is the book about?
Pretty much giving people like a step-by-step on how to break into the media industry. Because I have so many people that call me and ask me like, hey, they hit me up on social media, like, how do I get started? How do I do this? And I'm like, it's just like a quick boom, 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 boom. Now it's up to you to work it.
Yeah,
but I'm giving you the tools and the resources in the game, little tricks of the trade.
Yeah, so. You got to follow the steps.
Yes.
The strategies so you can grow and learn from it.
It's called F Living Basic. I'm taking a risk. So, yeah.
So like, what is one tip that you may want to kind of give away to kind of let them know?
One of the tips that was in the book, I'm sure you guys are aware of like who Issa Rae is. One thing I remember she said that when she first kind of got in the business, like when people are trying to, whatever you're trying to do, people tend to try to like network up, and she said she networked across.
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know everything's like, oh, let me get to the big person, but it's so many people where you are starting that's hungry. They want to, if you work with them, y'all can do more. And then once you get up there, people start looking for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And I'm not gonna lie that she said that's one of the reasons why I wanted to network with her, because I actually saw that interview where she said that.
Right.
And so it changed my whole perspective, because I was actually one of those people steady trying to reach out to people and get bigger names and trying to work with them. And
right.
Because you run into a lot of obstacles and things like that, because a lot of people have egos or they just don't look at you as being on the level as them. But when you start working with people that have the same type of energy, the same type of drive, the same type of hunger, what I learned from Issa with her experience, that they were successful with that. She said, what is a $500 camera for her first show,
right.
And then she just got all the people in her sphere and they pulled it off. So definitely,
right.
That's one of the reasons why I'm reaching out. Because I want to reach out to other women in business that are doing things. I'm not gonna lie, I've had my fair share of struggles with trying to pull women together. I didn't realize it was gonna be that hard, but it can be very hard when people are not having the same type of, I don't know, maybe spirit. They have to be spiritually aligned. I think that's pretty much what it is. What do you think?
I feel like that's a major part of it. And then sometimes it's society, because they like to put women together, make it feel like like you can have a million successful men, but when it comes to women, it's like it can only be one. We can only have one. So I think a lot of women, they don't want to be that way. Some of them do. They do. Yes, they do. I think you feel nervous, like it can only be me. So you know what I'm saying? But that's not true.
Yeah, we're not. That's definitely not true, because I'm not one of those type of women. Because I've experienced working with women. They don't even want to tell you, like, I like to compliment other women. Like, for instance, this is what she has on is very nice, and she looks very beautiful. And I would say, I love those boots. Sometimes a woman wouldn't even want to tell you where they got their shoes from, or things like that. Like, I like to share information, to kind of help the next woman. I don't care. But we have, in my experience, we have people like that. They're not interested in seeing each other grow. We all have different talents. We all have different gifts, and we all can bring something to the table to be successful. So Kello, what other things are you working on right now?
So got the ebook. I have merch. I have a nostalgic social media platform. It's called Play the Boombox. I kind of like post like throwback videos, music. We do trivia, stuff like that, just to kind of give you that feel. I know I mainly post like about the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. I just love nostalgia, like all things nostalgia, and I feel like it's definitely a following for it because people like to, remember their childhood or their younger days. Just when you just felt good. So I have a platform on social media. It's Play the Boombox. I have some other shows that's coming soon, and I also have merch. So if you go on playtheboombox.com,
playtheboombox.com,
we got some hoodies, we got mugs, just some little throwback stuff. It's some new stuff coming for the winter. And some new shows coming. I'm working with other people, like we said, about networking across and pretty much coming together, building a platform, and giving them an opportunity to shine as well.
Yeah, so. That's a beautiful thing. So are you able to talk about the movies that you have dabbled and dabbled into?
Oh yeah, like I definitely I'm getting into acting, so I've been doing like a lot of like background work, little small roles. So I just did Finding Happy with B. Simone on Bounce. I filmed on BMF season 2. What else? Oh, I did a lot of stuff.
How cool.
It's a new movie coming out with Chloe Bailey. It's called Praise This.
You in that one too?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is so
I
cool.
did. What is that? This whole summer I was like busy. I was like, I won't do nothing but film this summer.
That is a blessing. Do you have like an agent that you're working with?
I don't.
And you're doing all this on your own, getting yourself. That is so cool.
So like I said, it's y'all need to get the book. I'm telling you, I put you up on game. Like I feel like once you get to a certain level, then you can get agents and things like that. When you just start now, you may not have the money, or a lot of times people don't want to represent you unless they know you and believe in you. So it's up to you, the hustle. Like I say, I would say it's a lot of casting companies out there. Like that's how I work with like pretty much about 4 casting companies, and so a lot of times they'll reach out to me too. Like because I've done so much stuff with them over the last couple of years. Sometimes they'll just hit me up like, hey, if they what they do is like typecast. You know what I'm saying? And once you start there and you kind of learn the game, then you can start moving up to bigger roles, auditions, speaking roles, stuff like that.
I'm not familiar with typecast. What is that?
Pretty much like a type, like say it's a scene you going to the club. They might want a girl that can look like a party girl, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Or could she be a school teacher? Could she play a receptionist? Could she be a lawyer? Stuff like that.
Got it.
So you send them pictures and stuff like that. Like I said, once they work with you a few times, sometimes they'll reach out to you like, oh, we could use her for this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's cool.
And you make connections with the casting directors and stuff like that. Sometimes you could be on set and be like, hey, you, and you can get moved up that fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard that, people. If you want to get into acting, make sure you get that book that she has a lot of information on and tell you a lot of details on how to get started with a lot of different things.
Right.
Also, I saw that clip online where you were talking to Steve Harvey. I thought that was so cool. Tell us about that.
So I actually had the chance to be on Steve Harvey. It was during the pandemic, so we had to do it virtually. But either way, I was happy because
you were still talking to Steve.
that was something that was on like my very first vision board I made in like 2017. I was like, I want to meet Steve Harvey. He's gonna mentor me, because I believe in vision boards. Like when I made my first one, I did almost everything on there. It took like 2 years, but I still got it done at some capacity. Cause like I really started getting into Steve Harvey probably around 2017, because I was kind of like in a dark place. And so I joined his online success club. He would give us like homework and, things to do weekly and just motivation, stuff like that. And it kind of, got me to back dreaming. So I was like, I definitely want to meet him. I definitely want to talk to him, things like that. So yeah, he had me as a guest on Ask Steve. And pretty much I was just telling him about me relocating to Atlanta because I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
And I kind of went to Atlanta to like pursue my media goals. I was already doing things here, but I felt like I needed to take it up a notch, and that's where I needed to be because it's a lot happening there. Which you can really get started wherever you at, but I just felt like that was my next level. Like that's where I was supposed to go.
Right.
So everything was kind of happening for me, like in the career part. Like I was getting invited and accepted into like a lot of major events. So I was happy about that. But my personal life, it felt kind of lonely out there. My family out here, my friends out here, trying to date. So I was kind of like struggling, like, well, should I go back home? Should I stay here? And we kind of talked about that. And, he spoke some life over me. It was a good experience. Like I'm gonna never forget that.
Yeah, that. Did you read the book, Act Like a Lady?
I read that one. I read Act Like a Success. Like
You into the Steve Harvey book. So are you an avid reader, like motivational books?
I do. I need to I ain't gonna lie, I've been so busy lately. I haven't been reading as fast as I should. It's taking me a little longer, but I still read.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm definitely a reader. If I don't read, I'm listening to some type of audio books or something like that. Something that's gonna keep me motivated, because we're living in a time where things, you can see something on social media, see something on the news, and it can just kind of kill your spirit. So it's best to start reading something and tap into some positivity and just soak it up on days that I have down days.
Right.
Those days I just really just do nothing but read. If I'm reading a scripture, or if I'm listening to some positive motivation, or I'm listening to some business positive motivation, or some how-to books on how I can better myself or increase my skills on something, that always takes away the I guess the energy that I'm on, or whatever I'm going through that day. It always kind of gets it out the way. So you might want to try that. It's definitely very helpful. If there's something you want to tap into, learn or grow as a person, you can definitely tap into some of those things, and it'll definitely change your spirit immediately.
Right. 100%.
So what do you do for fun?
Whew, child, when the last time I had that? No, I'm just
No, for real. I'm like,
I love music, so I'm always going to like some type of concert. Even if I'm working, like, it's still a joy for me because I'm like a music head. So I love going to like concerts, even little small intimate ones, like little, R&B at a lounge, a restaurant, stuff like that. Okay. So anything involving music, like a festival, like
you there.
That's fun for me.
So as far as music, I remember you telling you like to do music. As far as, have you you said you went to recording school?
So I went to school for engineering. I thought I was gonna be like Dr. Dre Jr. But it was
me too.
It was very difficult for me, and I've learned, I say I'm more like a P. Diddy. I'm a creative. Like, I know how I want something to sound. I know how to put it together. Like, hey, let's do it. I can make it come together. Yeah. But me on the board, I learned that's not my strength. Like, I can do it, but it doesn't come naturally.
Understandable. But I'm not gonna lie. When I was going to school for the engineering program too, I was confused as I don't know what. So it took me actually going to work in a studio outside of school to kind of get the hands-on training and just watching somebody do everything every day versus me just getting the information from the school. Of course, they still give you like the lab time where you can go in the studio and mess with it, but then you're in there by yourself. Right. So it's not a teacher in there walking you through the steps while you're trying to figure it out, and that's confusing. It actually made me lose interest. No offense to school, but it made me lose interest in the engineering program. I did go back to school for business, but the engineering program I did not, because I understand it can be kind of overwhelming when you're trying to learn it like that. But I don't just believe that you just couldn't get it. Like, I think.
And I graduated in everything.
We can do whatever we put our minds to if we want to.
I think if I just kept going, and it's not too late. Like I said, I graduated the program and everything. I think, like you said, maybe it didn't come so easy to me, so I think they kind of discouraged me. Like, it's not fun no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it was like, ugh.
Because that's how it was for me too. So I didn't finish the program because it was just like she said. I was feeling like it was not for me, and I know I'm not a quitter. So I didn't finish the program, but I did finish working. I still do music and I learned everything, but I was not learning when I was in school. It was just too much. There's too many students. I just needed more of a one-on-one thing versus other kids in class. Some of them more advanced. Some of them already had studios at home. Some of them were already doing everything. So the teacher's speaking to them in terms of the knowledge that they have that I didn't know nothing. So.
And they were really good, but I get what you're saying. Like I said, I could do the basics. I recorded some songs. Like I actually, my favorite part was being in the studio, because when you get with everybody, then I could flow creatively. Like, it's like, okay. I just felt like I couldn't carry everything on my own. Yeah, so that was kind of discouraging for me. But like when we came together as a collective, it was like,
That's why I like to do the music projects with people, because it's so fun. But my only challenge is a lot of the people in the music industry have a certain frame of mind, and for some reason coming together is hard. Right. Like, I don't understand it, because I've been trying to put together music projects since 2007. It was a Women of H-Town, then it was Dame Society, and then I was, I have been always like an introvert, even from high school. Like, I never was around a bunch of friends. I never had a bunch of girlfriends. I never hung in groups, but I had like a solid couple of friends. You know?
Right.
And those friends I'm still with today. We don't
Right.
just talk every day.
Right.
But to challenge myself and step out of my comfort zone is the reason I'm always doing these female projects.
Right.
I don't necessarily get along with women. Not that it's something that I don't know what I be doing wrong. I
Yeah.
promise you I don't. All I know is I just go in there and work. I'm not very talkative. When we do get together, I'm talking about straight business. Like, sometimes I try to be relatable. Like, if people talk about their problems, I'll try to fit in and talk a little bit about mine. But for the most part, I just be strictly about trying to get things done and
Right.
want everybody to kind of pull their weight in their particular areas. But for some reason, I find myself being the one that's doing everything and trying to keep everybody else on track and following up on what they're supposed to do. And I think that kind of irritates people, because if people feel like they're already here,
Right.
and then you're telling them, well, have you done your part? Have you done
Right.
your part? Have you done this and you done that? That could be an issue. I have no idea.
It could be. People have strong issues. I mean, strong egos.
Yeah.
And so I think, like, what you're trying to do, I feel like some of the newcomers, the ones that's hungry, they just want, that's probably, since you have all this experience, those are probably the ones you need to work with. Like these new young people that's, because they want it.
Yeah.
They excited. They like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, they know stuff. Like, I think those are the ones that's kind of seasoned, and if they're, you know, unwilling to, you know, be led, I feel like even if you hear, you still got something to learn. You should never stop learning.
Yeah, it's hard. I almost gave up, you know, on trying to do it, but I'm like, okay, that's not, God put it in me to do this, so I have to keep pushing myself to do this.
Right.
This is just not who I am, to be around a bunch of
People.
So I have to keep pushing myself, because every book I read, it tells you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. So that's what I'm constantly doing.
And you can struggle. Like, I'm opposite of you. I always been, hey, but everybody don't like that.
Really?
Yeah, you'll be surprised. For the most part, I would say this, for the most part, I receive love. But you'll be surprised. There's some people like, that's too much for me.
Really?
Yeah. That's been my whole life. Like, everybody like me, but maybe one person. And they'll never have a legitimate reason.
And you know what? That's the opposite for me. Everybody won't like me, but probably one person, and they don't have a legitimate reason.
Right.
And my husband we have actually been in places, and he's seen me working with these groups of girls, because I've always have them around, and then he'll see it. He'd be like, he heard them talk. They don't know that he's listening. Like, they've heard them talk about me or say different things, and all he see me do is just helping and doing this and trying. And he just, I don't understand why these people just do you, or why they even have issues with you like this. It doesn't even make any sense. I'm telling you, I've had these problems since high school, just dealing with females, period. So I think it's something with the female. I don't know, because I've always had guys for friends. You know, men don't. I don't know, it's different. They don't care about all that other stuff. It's just get to the business. Who I see most men be able to work together. Whatever other issues going on, the business gets handled. You know what I'm saying?
And I always had both, because, like, I'm a daddy's girl,
Me
but
too.
I've always had I always had a lot of girlfriends, but I always had a lot of dude friends. Like, I can hang with number dudes, I can hang with number girls. Like, I'm just cool with it. Like, as long as you cool, I'm cool, we cool.
You got that personality. You know, but what's crazy is the people that I end up gravitating to, they have that type of personality like you, and they kind of pull me out of it. Like, come on, girl, come on. But for the most part, I'll be the one sitting there watching everything that's going on, like smiling, be like, oh, I see you, girl. Get it, girl. Do your thing.
Yeah, my best friend, she's like totally opposite of me. I'm like, hey. She's like, no, dude. Like, she's super low key. I'm super high key.
What's her sign?
She is a Libra.
Oh, okay. My mom is a Libra. I'm a Cancer, so.
I'm Taurus.
Oh yeah. My cousin. Definitely. Both of my cousins that are Tauruses. Shout out to Christy and Belle. But they definitely have a lot of friends, and they are the life of the parties. And you know, they always have gatherings, and the people are coming. You know?
Right.
That is definitely their personality, but that is not mine. But I'm sorry, people. You have to take me for who I am.
But that's okay, though.
I'm the quiet introvert, but we're gonna get that business handled. I'm gonna be a great friend. You know what I mean? But hey. Most of a couple of my friends would get mad at me because they would try to push me out of my comfort zone or want me to do more. Get out, you need to get out, you need to do this, you do, get out, go have some fun. But I'm like, I feel like people need to let people be who they are.
You know? Because that might not be fun for you.
Yeah, fun.
You learn that. Like, even with my best friend, I had to learn some stuff. Like, I used to be mad.
Oh, you know what?
like, you gotta let her do her.
Yeah.
Just like it's stuff I don't like to do, and I'm the type of person you can't make me do nothing I don't like I don't want to do. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yes. So
like no.
fun for me. Fun for me. I'm not gonna lie. You might think I'm crazy, but fun for me. We can talk about business all day long. You know, you got something you want to work on. If I got some knowledge for you, I'm gonna give you all the knowledge I got. You know what I mean? We can talk about it to the sun up, because I'm gonna be telling you all kind of stuff. Oh, I would be boring my cousins. They be like, they do not want to talk about no business stuff. They don't want to talk about none of that. We want to talk about getting to that domino table.
And see, that's exciting for me. Like, I'm balanced, because I'm like, I want it. I'm on a mission. So I'm like, girl, hold on, let me pull out I put stuff on my phone, I still write stuff down.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in writing stuff down. Like, I'm always going to, like, women empowerment stuff, conferences, like, whatever I can find that can help me level up.
Yeah.
You talking to me, giving me advice, like, I'm with it. That's exciting for me, too.
That's exciting for me. That's just, I don't know. I'm just all about I got tunnel vision, because I'm so busy trying to build generational wealth.
Right.
And trying to find a good team to where we can all be building generational wealth for our families for the future. You know what I mean? I just don't have time to focus on a lot of the partying and the fun and stuff like that. And maybe that's a bad thing, because but I'm still enjoying my life. Because that's something I enjoy doing. You know, whether it's something for give backs, or are we helping somebody? But that's just my thing. It's all about helping people and growing and definitely building generational wealth and figuring out that path. And that's just where my mindset is. So I'm just very serious about everything most of the time. So
and you have to be.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like most of my early 20s, I didn't party enough. So
yes.
I'm always for a good time, but I feel like I can't be having more fun than I'm focused.
Yes.
Or I'm not going to get anywhere.
Yes.
Now, if I would have learned this long time ago, I could have been a little, but you
live and learn. But tell me something that motivates you. I told everybody what I do to get me out of a bad moment.
I try to start my day with motivation, because, like, you know how they say you stay ready, you don't got to get ready, because you never know how your day going to play out. So I'm not one of those people like, let me see what happens. No, I'm going to command my day.
Right.
So I get up in the morning, I'm praying, I got affirmations, I got stickies on my, like I have like my closet has like a mirror on it. So every morning I'm saying those affirmations. I'm going to read my scriptures. I'm going to pray. Then I'm going to get up. I listen to Steve Harvey while I get ready for work. Like, you know how you do the motivation in the morning? Yes. So, and like you said, throughout the day, I'm reading stuff. I'm signed up for so much stuff, so I get emails every day, like from Sarah Jakes, from this person. I get prayer calls. Like, you have to. Whatever you take in the most, that's what's going to overpower your thoughts.
Yes.
Because life going to happen. Today might be good. Today might not be.
Yes.
But it's up to you to control your thoughts so you can keep going. So I'm listening to stuff all day. And I make time for entertainment. Like, I listen to, like, positive stuff, like you said, business. I try to somewhat balance. Then I'm going to get my entertainment. Because I love music. I love finding out stuff. So I'm listening to all the podcasts, you know, with the music artists and stuff like that. So, yeah, you got to have some type of form of entertainment.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I journal. I just started, like, being faithful with my journaling, because I do it here and there. But I try to journal, like, at least during the week. At least, like, during the weekdays.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Do you keep a to-do list?
I do.
Man, that's what keeps us organized. It could be hard, because when you're juggling a lot of different things, it could be hard. So those are some good tips for staying motivated, because life can be hard. So don't forget to journal, get up and pray, say your chance to manifest what you want in the future. Affirmations, because you know what? It works.
And set some small goals. Like, I have all these big goals, but somebody told me, like, set small goals in between. Like, if this is the ultimate goal, okay, write down step by step what it's going to take for me to get there. Like, let's say you want to buy a house. Okay, what do I need to make sure I have in order? My credit, money. So how do I start getting my credit together? That's one step by step. Then when you get that together, okay, how much money do I need to start saving to get this in this certain amount of time? You know, stuff like that. So you have the big goals, but it's like make small goals in between to reach that goal.
That's true. And speaking of buying a house, I am a realtor. So make sure you go to LeilaniRealtor.com. I can help you with that process of finding you a property, whether you want to rent, buy, or sell, or if you're an investor that just likes to link up with realtors and not really have to deal with a lot of the hassle. Contact me, LeilaniRealtor.com, LeilaniRealtor.com. Okay, well, hopefully we have motivated you by talking about some motivational tips and letting you know about Miss Kello here, and all the things that she has going on. And you're going to see us working on some things in the future at Atlanta and Houston, pulling together, pulling out some things.
Real soon, real soon.
Really soon. So stay tuned. And do you have any social media?
Kello with the Jello, everything. Just go with Kello with the Jello. That's KELLOWITDAJELLO. I know that's a little ghetto, you know it. It's been my name for a long time. It sticks. It's catchy. So Kello with the Jello all across the board on everything.
On everything. All right. Bye.